Okay, so Article 246A has been incorporated with respect to GST, and what it happens is like after the introduction of this new Article 246A, it has given a powers to make law, okay, with respect to GST. Okay, with regard to GST, how means if there is any intrastate supply or if there is any interstate supply, okay, if there is any intrastate supply, union government or you can say state government has powers to make law. Okay, they have power. But if there is any interstate, parliament has power. Okay, parliament has power, and this power is given under Article 246A. Okay, whenever there is an for like I can say in this way, like if there is any intra-state supply, union or state government has powers to make law. For interstate supply, parliament has powers to make law. So Article 246A gives a powers to make law, okay, with regard to GST. Okay, intra union or state government, inter parliament has powers to make law. Okay, moving forward, there is another article 269A. 269A powers to central government for import. For import, if there is a import of goods or services, okay, if there is any import of goods or services into territory of India, shall be deemed to be treated as supply. Okay, shall be deemed to be treated as supply, and this supply may be treated as in the course of interstate transaction. Okay, so Article 269A, very important again. It says we give power to central government for any import of goods or services into territory of India that shall be deemed to be treated as supply, and that supply will be treated as interstate supply. It will be treated as interstate supply. Okay, so what taxes will be levied? If there is an import and that import is of goods or service, okay, if suppose it is a goods, IGST plus basic customs duty as per customs. will be levied. Okay, IGST plus basic customs duty will be levied. And if suppose there is a services IGST only, okay, only IGST will be levied. Again, I will repeat, there is an import. If there is an import of goods, IGST plus basic customs duty will be levied. And if there is a services, there will be only IGST. Okay, IGST will be levied. So how this happened is Article 269A gives a power to central government, only to the central government, and says that if there is any import of goods or services into territory of India, it shall be deemed to be treated as supply of goods or services in the course of interstate trade or commerce. And if there is a import of goods or services, if it is a goods, IGST plus basic customs duty will be levied. If there is a services, IGST will be levied. Okay, friends. So I will end this class by just giving you a summary how we started and how we ended. Okay, we started with why GST. Why GST? That is pre-GST versus post-GST we discussed. And then we went on to methods of taxation. Okay, then we discussed on GST model in India. Then we discussed on taxes subsumed in into GST. Then we continued with some constitutional background. Why there is an amendment required in constitution. A reason we discussed it, correct? Then we saw Article 366(12)(a), goods and service tax definition. Then we saw Article 366(12), goods definition. Then we saw Article 366(26)(a), which defined services. Then we saw Article 246(a), which discussed about powers to central government and state government. And last we discussed is Article 269A, which talks about powers to central government on import related. So these are the areas which we covered in this lecture. Okay, why GST, method of taxation, GST model in India, taxes subsumed into GST, constitutional background, Article 366(12)(a), Article 366(12), Article 366(26)(a), Article 246A, Article 269A. Okay, thank you, friends.